Okay. Right, so let's get started. Thank you. Welcome. Hellos, US, Canada, UK. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Welcome to Happy Hour, August. We're in August already, can you imagine? And we're focused for the next hour on hearing a little bit about St. Kitts and making cocktails. Ian is going to lead us through making some St. Kitts inspired cocktails step by step. For the UK agents, you should have a little goodie box. Should have found a little goodie box on your doorstep this week. So you have a little bit to try to make some of the cocktails. And of course, we'll send the recipe card out to you. What I'll do, I'll send the recipe cards for the past for all 4 happy hour events out to you in the follow-up. So you can, yeah, take some inspiration from all of them. So some greetings from St. Kitts. Just as the world starts to open up and St. Kitts looks to open up as well, we just wanted to inspire you a little bit thinking about St. Kitts. Those of you who have been, we want to remind you of what the island is and can be for your clients. And those who haven't been, we hope that we inspire you to learn a little bit more about the island and of course promote it to your clients. So a little video just for you. So really to awake your sense of wonder. Think about St. Kitts, small, 68 square miles, just open space and just the perfect place for us to all fly off to pretty soon. Introducing Ian. Ian is the global rum ambassador. He's been here teaching us cocktails for the past, when did we start, Ian? In May?
I think it's May. I think it was, yeah.
So this is the 4th one. We've learned so much. I've learned so much. And we're just delighted to have Ian back to teach us about more cocktails. He's actually created all the cocktails himself using St. Kitts rum. So some of them are a little twist on cocktails that you may know already, but of course, adding that secret in the element, St. Kitts rum. So over to you, Ian. And yeah, I'll catch up with everybody at the end.
Great. Yeah, hi guys. Thank you for joining us again. And if this is your first time, then I applaud you. Let me just change this. So, oops. So everyone can see when we do close-ups. Always happens when someone tries to contact you on the phone. What's called when you have your camera there. But anyway, yeah. Thank you for joining us for our last happy hour. Oh man, I feel so sad already. Last happy hour. But still, it's been fun. It's been great. We've had some great questions. We've met some great operators, tour operators, and of course, we've played around with some great cocktails. Well, hopefully they're great, and hopefully some of you might be trying some of these drinks at home. But just to whet your appetite before, we're going to talk a little bit about St. Kitts rums. We're going to go through some of the rums that are sold on the island. That all the consumers should know if they ever come to St. Kitts. So yeah, Lisa's in control. Lisa's like our producer, vision mixer, director. She's controlling all the presentation. So we all know where St. Kitts is. There in the eastern part of the Caribbean. The Caribbean is what I like to say as a global ambassador for the category of rum. The Caribbean is the epicenter of the rum world. So all the islands make their own rums or have their own brands as such. But we're talking about the whole history of rum. St. Kitts is an important part of that because that was one of the first islands where sugarcane was cultivated, not only for sugar, but for rums. As such, actually, St. Kitts was the first English and French colony as well, so in the Caribbean. So it's an important part of rum's history, and that's why a lot of these rums that come from the island have that historical connection. So next slide. This is one of my favorite places that I've never been to yet.
Rub it in.
I always throw it in when it comes to the
Yes.
I know I have to go there. I mean, for me as a researcher for rum and history, one of the oldest found distilleries is still there in St. Kitts, the Wingfield estate. And so we definitely have to enter there one day and maybe have a cocktail while I'm there. Next slide. So some of the rums you're going to see, and some of the rums I'm going to use today on the island, from the island, is CSR. CSR was actually the first St. Kitts rum I ever saw. It wasn't actually called Cane Spirit Richmond. It was actually called Cane Spirit Rothschild, or Rothschild. Was it Rothschild? Rothschild. They've changed the name recently. Next slide. Yeah, they've changed the name recently. But actually, it says it here, 1980, Baron Rothschild was called, actually started off the distillery, and they wanted to try to create a lighter style rum. As we know, rums, you can have really light rums, you can have really heavy rums, white rums, dark rums, or heavily aged. And he wanted to create a very light style rum, of course, those lighter style cocktails. So instead of having that spirit that begins with V, you might have a CSR instead of that inside, and at least you're still drinking a sugar cane distillate. You're still drinking something with rum. Brinley Gold. Brinley Gold is another St. Kitts brand that you might see. I know we have a lot of American guests. You might see in the States, especially down in the Sunshine State down in Florida. Now, Brinley Gold, Shipwreck have a range of flavors, and as we know, flavored rums are fast rising, whether it's vanillas, whether it's mangoes, whether it's coffees. Next slide. But Brinley Gold Shipwreck, I found this out when I was doing the research for some of these drinks. The Shipwreck was actually based on a British troop ship that sunk off the coast of St. Kitts back in 1782 during that great battle of St. Kitts known as the Battle of Frigate Bay. So it's quite historical with the name connected with the rum, the whole shipwreck, because I just thought it was like a pirate ship that they just sunk off the coast of St. Kitts, and they just named it after that. But no, it was a historical ship that was an important part of British history and, of course, St. Kitts history. Next slide. Then we have the Belmont Estate, one of those places, again, you have to go to. You have to have a drink while you're there. I think we have someone who's going to talk a little bit more about the Belmont Estate or Belmont Estate tours as such. But again, it's one of those legendary places. If you've been to the island, you've heard about it. So naturally, when you see the rum, you can say, "Oh, Belmont Estate." It's that emotional connection, which again is something that rum has in abundance. If you can capture some of your holiday spirit when you're back in cold England by drinking a Belmont Estate or one of the other St. Kitts rum, then you've really done yourself proud. Now, the Belmont Estate is a sugar plantation found in the 18th century. So there's lots of ruins there, but again, it is part of that historical connection. And there's that folklore. There's the thing there where the bull, I think someone dresses up as a bull when you go there and have a drink. It's something to do with carnival. Is that right, Lisa?
That's right. That's part of our folklore during carnival.
Right, okay.
Correct. The
So
bull.
yeah, so that's this carnival thing. So I have to go there, drink some rum and dress like a bull, especially when I go carnival time, when I'll be going carnival time at the Belmont Estate. Okay, next one.
Yep.
Cool. And this is one of the newest brands you'll see out in the island. I know they're looking to come here into the UK. That's the HiBiscus, HiBiscus spice rum and the HiBiscus coconut. Now, HiBiscus, actually a lot of places in the Caribbean will call it sorrel. So the sorrel or the HiBiscus is it's like a leaf, a really bright red leaf, but it has loads of antitoxins and vitamin C's, and we use it in cakes, we use it in tea, but of course we also use it as a spice inside spice rums and in the spice coconut rum. So this is one of the newest brands you'll find from St. Kitts. Also connected to a really great restaurant. If you're ever down there, what's the name of the restaurant?
Spice Mill.
That's it.
Spice Mill on Cockleshell Beach.
Spice Mill, hence the spice rums. have a HiBiscus spice rum in Spice Mill when you're there in St. Kitts. Oh, next slide. So those are the four main rums you'll see connected with the island, and they're the rums some of the rums I'm going to use in some of these cocktails, because not everyone can drink rum neat. Some people like to have it with their favorite mixes. I just love creating new drinks and creating new flavors, and obviously showing people how to use those particular flavors. But before we get into that, I think we should talk to guests. We always have a guest every week from St. Kitts, and they always wind us up because they're in St. Kitts in the sun and we're in London in the cold. But it's sunny outside, so I'm
sunny
not that
today. Yeah.
I was going to say it's about 27, 28 today. So who have we got today, Lisa?
So today we have Doreen and just gonna skip here. Doreen and Kerry, and also Michael from Belmont Estate. Yeah,
Excellent,
so
excellent. Some rum tour experiences. That's what I like to see. That's what I'll be doing when I go there.
I'm gonna get them on camera now. So Michael and Kerry.
Hi.
And Doreen.
Hi.
I'm on camera now. Great. Hi.
Hello.
Michael, are we going to see you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Michael's hiding.
Michael's hiding. He knows what is up. So Kerry and Doreen are with the Fairview Inn team, Cantor's team, and Doreen, they do an island tour, island history tour, and also rum tasting. So they tell us a little bit about that. And then Michael is the chief blender actually at the Belmont Estate. So he will tell us a little bit about how your clients, when they're in St. Kitts, they can see more about how the rums are bottled and blended, etc. So he tell us a little bit about that. So over to you, Doreen and Kerry. Tell us a little bit about the tour.
Sure. So
are you in the rum? Are you in the rum room now?
In the rum room now. Yes, we're in our rum office.
What an office to have, a rum office, really.
Yeah, I have to call every day and be like, is Doreen okay? Is she in her office? But we love it. I'm Kerry, this is Doreen. We are from Cantor's and we manage a 17th century great house garden. It's called Fairview Great House and Botanical Garden. It's actually the only French surviving great house on the island. And so at Cantor's, we not only outsource tours, but we have created some tours of our own as well. And the rum tour is just one of them. So basically, we give our guests a nice tour around Bastille, and we try to take them into the Irish Town area, where we show them the old rum shops with the rum shops on the bottom and the homes on the top. Those are still there. And so some persons cannot believe that, you know, the Irish settled there. There's a town called Irish Town. They're still drinking rum.
They won't stop.
So we give them a little piece of that. We bring them down to Fairview. And as soon as you get to the property, you're greeted by Doreen in her lovely national wear, who's looking quite spiffy today. Come on, stand up, stand up. This one. First thing we do as well, of course, we give our guests rum samples. So as soon as you step into the Great House, your first contact with us is rum. And so we give you rum samples. Now what we use the Shipwreck brand. And so we have all the flavors. So we give your first sample in the house. And then Doreen gives you an awesome tour of the Great House. There's so much history on the property. We take you through to the original master bedroom, the original volcanic stone bath, the original outdoor kitchen where we still do, you know, brick oven pizzas and so on, and we bake cookies and rum provisions and so on as well. And once that's done, then you come into our rum room, our office, and we give you somewhat, it's maybe about 45-minute presentation of rum. So I'll let Doreen tell you a little bit about that once you get into the room, you know, basically what she does. It's very interactive. We don't want it to be, you know, boring and where Doreen is doing all the talking. And so we've designed it in a way where we get the guests involved. You know, they ask questions. We have different stuff on the table. We have the yeast, we have the molasses. At times, you know, when we get sugarcane, we have sugarcane, and we have our famous rum cake that is baked on the property as well. By our chef. So we give them rum cake, and Doreen, you know, adds a little extra rum on the rum cake, as well. So it's a very nice experience. I'm going to hand it over to Doreen.
Yes.
Hey everyone, again, I'm Doreen. So basically, when you come, you know, when you come in, what we do again, we greet you with another shot of rum. Of course, as Kerry said, you get to taste the rum cake, and of course, well, Kerry said drizzling over, but I just pour, you know. So you basically leave here nice and jiggy. So we tell you about how they did it on the ships, the rum drinks like the guaga, the sailors would water down their rum, you know, because what they did, they got a daily ration of rum, like basically, you know, every time. So if you wanted to, you know, it was like a currency part of, you know, if you wanted me to work for you or rum, so they watered down the rum so they could stay, of course, you know, up all night or so to speak. So that was the guac. 2, you get to taste like 6 flavors, which is the mango, the lime, the coffee, the spice, the vanilla, and the coconut cream. Right behind the mango, 6 flavors. And what we do, we kind of give you like the spice first, which is
can't really see you now. Now that you're standing, we can't really see you. Your face, okay, yeah.
Give you like the spice first, and then we move on to the lime. You can do the spice. It's aged 4 years using oak barrels, and then naturally infused with oranges, vanilla, nutmeg, and clove, of course. Then you have the lime. We do a nice lime mojito. Do the lime mojito. Then we have the vanilla, of course, my favorite. That's where I get my little pouch from. I over coffee ice cream. We do the coffee, which is our morning coffee. That is what I have in my flask when I'm at work. Don't tell the boss. Which is like a creep up because it's so nice and smooth. Tends to drink a lot of it, but of course it creeps up, you know, on you. And we kind of take you back.
Good.
How we did it on the ship, how we do it here on the island. We give them a bit of information how we do the local rum as well, which is our moonshine. Hammond locally we call it.
Yeah.
You got to get up early in the morning before the police, you know, the neighbors.
Don't tell them this stuff. Sounds great. Sounds great.
So it's like an interactive tour.
Yeah.
We get you nice and jiggy, and the guest is always, you know, by the time most of them when they come, they're a little bit quiet. By the time they leave,
oh gosh, they're talking, they're telling us their life stories.
Personalities come alive. Yeah.
So we get nice and jiggy and then send you back on your way.
So just gonna turn it a bit just for 1 minute, just so you could get an idea of it. So we have the room displayed with, you know, some old photos of the sugarcane, the cane tracks.
Yeah.
Have like the rum barrels in each corner of the room as well, so you can sort of see, you know, how we have it decked out. So it's a really nice and comfortable room. It's an room, so it's a very nice experience. It's becoming very popular. You know, that's just one of the tours that we offer here.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And Michael, I think you're on mute. So we won't be able to hear you. Okay, good. How are you?
Not too bad of you.
Good. I'm great. Thank you. It's sunny, so I'm good. You want to tell us a little bit about the tour at Belmont?
Sure. On visiting St. Kitts, there's no doubt that you have to pass by our plant. First, we started producing rum in 1987 from Rothschild, as mentioned. Then it changed course, and in 1996, it changed hands, and Demerara distillers from Guyana, they purchased it. However, it was a great thing that was done there because they built the rum into a better fraction in the sense that they upgrade the level. However, in coming to the plant for a tour, it's best to pre-arrange that tour. So when you come, our group, you will see what we do. We blend, we bottle, and we do a little bit of aging. Now, the aging is very technical. I'm going to speak from a technical point of view. And blending is very, very articulous. Now, having done that, you'll be able to see a little bit of bottling and how the bottling has been done. So after leaving the plant, it will take away a sense of greatness so that you can share it with others who come to the plant, or who come to St. Kitts, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Now, St. Kitts is a beautiful place and is known first for making rums after Barbados in the Caribbean. The first rum, as one should know, as you should know, it was done on Belmont Estate. Then that was the first estate that was able to produce rum. However, when all is said and done, you'd have to pass on whatever we have told you or what you have seen to the visitors that come in back.
Mm.
So don't be selfish. Pass on the knowledge. Pass on the great experience.
Fantastic. Thank you. And can you remind us which rums do you bottle at Belmont Estate? So which rums might they be seeing at the plant?
What we do, we bottle Belmont white coconut rum, gold coconut rum,
okay.
The range of Belmont Estate,
right.
as well as we do for customers such as the Brinley, as Lady said.
Okay.
And we do CSR.
Okay.
Not forgetting, we also do for a customer in Germany, which is very great. It's very tasty.
Okay. Fabulous.
I like questions.
Thank you so much, Michael. I don't know if Kerry and Doreen are still there, just to say thank you to you guys. We appreciate it. It gives us a sense, even me, a sense of what, we can experience when we're there. I must say that I remember doing a tour at Fairview, and every sip that the visitor took, Doreen took too.
Yeah.
I remember that very clearly, but it's no longer a secret. Look at her now. Cheers, cheers.
So I've been around it for 33 years and I have a passion for it, so you won't regret.
Super, good. Thank you so much. We're gonna hand back over to Ian now to start the cocktails. But I don't know if you guys are gonna stick around for the cocktails or you're gonna leave, but thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, that was brilliant. So there you go. If you when you go out to St. Kitts, you'll be looked after by the professionals on the tours and distillery. So let's make a few cocktails. Use some of those rums, in fact, that they mentioned. I'm going to start off. We've done some really fruity styles of drinks over the last couple of weeks. So I wanted to do finish off with a couple of boozy cocktails because I know in the States a lot of the guys and girls out there like their boozy drinks. So one of my favorite styles of drinking rum is in a cocktail based on the Manhattan. And the Manhattan would normally use a whiskey, normally what's called bourbon or bourbon or rye. Some people use rye, a bit of sweet vermouth and some bitters. But there's a rum version. There's a rum version that we're going to put up there. Have we got the presentation? Oh, you can put the presentation.
Yeah, I've switched over to so you're the main screen now.
All right, okay. Yeah. Because I couldn't remember the names. I only made them up.
Palmetto Point.
Palmetto Point, because you have to give me the references.
Yes.
When you make up cocktails, so many cocktails, you forget their names. Yeah. Palmetto Point. So the Palmetto is actually like a rum Manhattan, but there's a Palmetto Point in St. Kitts.
Yes, that's right.
It makes perfect sense to have a cocktail called Palmetto. So the very simple drinks. One of those drinks that you're going to stir as well. We're going to use the Belmont Estate Gold, because again, that was mentioned. We're going to use 2 parts. Either 50 mils here in the UK or 2 ounces in the States. Put that straight into your mixing glass.
Let me just check one second, Ian. Can anybody see the second camera? Because we've put a second camera so you have a little bit of a closer view. So you might have to change your screen a little bit, to see the second camera as well.
Okay.
Oh, people are seeing it. Great.
Yep. And then you just put about 25 mils or 1 ounce of sweet vermouth, like a martini or some sort of fortified wine with spices and herbs, but that would add a little bit of sweetness and spiciness and complement the gold rum. And then you just add a couple dashes of bitters, either Angostura bitters or old-fashioned bitters, 1, 2, 3, again, just to add to the spices. And then we're going to add some ice. Some ice here. Just add a little bit of ice into that just to stir it down and chill it down, and also dilute it as well, because it is, as you see, there's no fruit juice in this drink. It's just booze. It's just booze. It's just the rum, the vermouth, and the bitters. Remember, the bitters is alcoholic as well. In fact, an Angostura bitter is actually 44.7% alcohol by volume. So
I'll be praying for that ice to melt.
chill them up. These are really nice as well, either as an aperitif before your meal. Just sip it. Maybe have two. Don't have too many, but they are, as I said, they are quite boozy. Excellent. Ooh. A little bit of spiciness on the end. I like just only a touch of sweetness to finish up with it. Just going to strain that. And it just glides from the mixing glass into your nice chilled coupette, or unchilled coupette, because it's a bit too hot today. The chilled coupette. And then just as a garnish, I'm just going to zest a little bit of orange, just to give it some orange oils just for the top. Just squeeze that over the drink. And you can actually twist it and put it into the drink if you want. And there you go. Palmetto Point, based on the palmetto. Nice, really beautiful tasting drink as well. There you go. Cheers. We put that over. Well, I wish I put that. I'll put that over here.
Can you point it also towards the main camera as well? The main one.
Oh, the main one. There you go. Cheers.
Yeah, perfect. Super.
Let me have a sip of that.
Don't start, Ian.
Yeah, that works. Ooh, yes. Anyway, right. So now we're going to make a cocktail that we normally associate with the Caribbean. You know, you have our blended cocktails, our frappes, our creamy cocktails. Again, this is something that was inspired by an area in St. Kitts, but we decided to give it a more fun name. So we're going to call it the Banana Bay. That's it. Banana Bay. So if you guys got your blenders, your NutriBullets, and you can use that. Always carry my little mobile blender around. You never know when a cocktail might break out, so I can carry this around and it charges up just by just USB. So inside there, we're gonna add our rum, and the rum is the Brinley, because this was mentioned, I think, by Kerry or Georgina said that her favorite was the Brinley Gold Shipwreck Vanilla. So we're gonna use that inside there. So I think I'll be happy. Gonna use 50 mils of that. That's straight inside the blender, and then just to complement the vanilla and also give it that Banana Bay, we're going to use some banana. And I especially got some ripe banana. Look how black it is. It's like really soft and easy to blend. It just comes. In fact, I should fry this really to tell you. I'll blend it. Stick that inside there. Just half a banana for that. And then we're going to add some cream. It's about 50 mils of cream inside of here. If you don't have cream, milk works as well, or use half and half. A bit of half and half of that, and then you're perfect. And then just to sweeten it up, coconut cream of coconut. So you can use 25 mils of the cream of coconut. This will give it that tropical taste, also add sweetness, complement the banana and the vanilla and all that rich goodness that you want inside a blended drink. Now I'm just going to blend it up first, just to soften up the banana. Yeah, that's what I like. I can walk down the street. I'll be a carnivore.
Oh my gosh.
Chipping down the road and drinking. So let me just put some ice inside there now just to chill it down. A little ice. Perfect. Now it's ready. Hear it mashing up that ice. It's like some music. You should have some music in the background.
We all want that blender now, Ian.
That's it. And then we can, the good thing about this, you can just take on top and just drink it straight from here if you want, but it'll be good. And pour it out. There you go, nice and thick. It's almost like it's almost like a banana colada as such, but with the vanilla, the Brinley vanilla in the background, keeping it honest. And then we're just going to finish up with just a sprinkle of chocolate powder on top. Just a bit of chocolate powder. And there you go. Our Monkey Bay.
Banana Bay.
Banana Bay. Oh,
Banana Bay.
That camera working? That was not working. Is this one? Oh, this one is working.
It is, both of them. Yeah, great.
Excellent.
And then towards the front so we can see a little bit. Don't stop drinking, Ian.
I'm not going to drink it. I'm going to drink it later. Drink it later. And the last one here is another stirred cocktail. Again, because most of the other drinks we have made throughout the months that we've been here have been fairly on the sweet side or medium to sweet. So again, I want to do something more dry. So someone did say, oh, when are you going to make something like a martini? I'm saying, well, we just make a martini style. So we call it the Sikits martini. Now with martinis, you normally have as a base gin, and then the modern day ones have vodka. So we pick the driest of the rums. Put that back here. Driest of the rums from St. Kitts, which would be the CSR, the Canadian Spirit, rough Rit. 2 ounces of that, or just under 2 ounces. And then we're going to add some gin. Let's make sure we've got my gin. But instead of using gin, what I'm going to do is actually give it a little twist. I'm going to use actually a raspberry and rhubarb gin. And because we're in England, and raspberry and rhubarb's very British, so I'm going to give it like a British connection because St. Kitts has a connection to British gin. So, oh, beautiful. You smell the junipers from the gin, you smell the raspberries and the rhubarb. So just put, it's about 35 mils of that inside there. Get it. It only add a touch of sweetness and dryness, and then we're going to finish off with the traditional dry vermouth you'd have in a dry martini. Just that goes inside there. So again, it should be nice and cold, crisp. Just gonna stir this one down. There you go. And then we stir it again. This is the easy part. You just stir, think of the sun, say to yourself, boy, I wish I was on a plane flying from Heathrow to St. Kitts now. Even for 2 weeks there if I was allowed to. I don't mind. I like getting some sun and having some food.
Can't wait.
Restaurants doing the tour, Belmont E, dressing up as a bull, all those type of things. Excellent. Ooh, wow.
Oh dear.
It's one of those crisp drinks. It's like only subtle hints, subtle flavors. You get a subtle raspberry, a subtle gin. The CSR is just sitting underneath, and the dry vermouth just helps dry off. So if you have one of those dry palates, then definitely this drink is for you. Just pour this out. Oops, make sure I strain everything. Don't want any ice inside here. Excellent. In fact, let me push it closer to the camera so you can see it a little bit. Go. Excellent. Just remember, that is all booze. Or soft drinks inside there. All booze.
Oh, dear.
And what you can do, instead of actually doing the olives, or fruit, I always like to just do the oils of a lemon because that adds a little bit more zest and zestiness to it. So I'm just doing a twist of lemon peel just with the oils just to sit on top of the drink, and then, oh wow, we just have that aroma. Wow, you know what we need? We need aroma vision. Aroma vision. Smell it, smell that, smell that. You get the orange, the lemon oils and the dry vermouth and the hints of the raspberry. And the CSR is just sitting underneath at the bottom just to keep it ticking over. So that's for the boozy palate drinkers out there. And again, a really nice aperitif if you're going to have a nice, in fact, it'll go really well with some fish.
Fresh caught fish in St. Kitts. Sounds right up my alley. Looks great, Ian, all of them. And of course, we have our fourth cocktail, and we always base the fourth cocktail on some suggestion from agents. And pineapple seemed to be the thing.
Pineapple's pineapple's quite popular. It's a popular fruit, of course, used in a lot of cocktails. I use it in many, many different ways. But if you want something really simple and easy, then I would go with something like this. This is called a Coco Colada drink I made up for people that like pina coladas, but don't drink milk or lactose intolerant. So I've just done 2 parts. 100 mils of pineapple juice. Any pineapple works perfectly. And then we're going to use our one of our friends that people love. They love the Belmont E coconut. So you've got the coconut flavor from here. Instead of using cream, you've got the pineapple flavor for the pineapple, which is what a pina colada is. A bit of coconut, a bit of pineapple. So I'm going to use 50 mils. Put that back on there. Put that there. And then we are just going to top it with ice. Excellent. Make sure it's nice and cold and give it a good shake. make sure we give it a good shake so we can really beat up that pineapple juice inside there, because it changes complexity and gets really smooth, and it almost like froths up, which is what we want on a pineapple. Let's open that, and then it just glides out really milky when you shake pineapple juice. And there, look, see that little froth? It gets a nice frothy head. I don't know if you can see that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. Nice frothy texture. Put it on the main camera. Mm-hmm. And that's what happens when you shake up pineapple really hard with alcohol. It's almost molecular. And just to finish it off, to give it that little bit of a spice to make it nice, it's a bit of nutmeg on top. It's a dusting of nutmeg. And there you go, Coca Colada, nice and simple, using the Belmont coconut, pineapple juice, and nutmeg. Put it on there we go.
Great.
Excellent, excellent. Ooh, we might have a sip of this one.
No drinking here. No drinking here.
Oh my goodness.
Booze.
Boom. There you go, simple drinks.
all look great. So we have quite a few questions that have come in when agents are registering. So Georgina is going to handle that. Georgina, over to you.
Hi, Ian. Okay.
Yes, Georgina.
So I've got quite a few questions coming through here.
Oh no, probably good questions.
Yeah, all good, all good. Okay, so if we can unmute Tiffany. Tiffany had a question for you, Ian.
Tiffany Joseph.
You can unmute.
Can't hear you, Tiffany.
There we go.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, how you doing?
I'm great. I didn't have any questions. I don't know why it
You
came
didn't
up.
have any questions? See, Georgina's messed up on the first
No,
go.
I was asking about Pineapple Breeze.
Pineapple Breeze?
No,
Is that a cocktail?
No, that wasn't me. Maybe it came under the wrong name. I'm sorry.
That's all right, that's okay. So Ian, can you just tell us a little bit about the Pineapple Breeze?
I have no idea what Pineapple Breeze is.
Oh, that's a mystery one, that one then.
No, the reason why is because, as I said last month and the month before and the month before, what happens is establishments, especially hotels and resorts, they make up their own cocktails. So if they make up their own cocktails, they're unique to that particular place. So Pineapple Breeze is not a classic cocktail. It's not a classic like, for example, the Mai Tai. I can tell everything about the Mai Tai. The daiquiri, I can tell everything about the daiquiri. Pina Colada. These are all cocktails that were classically created hundreds of years ago, and they've changed for the test of time. But of course, everyone wants to create a drink. For example, all four of these drinks are unique to this event. So someone might say, "Oh, I have a. How do you make banana bay?" And then no one's going to know how to make a banana bay unless they've actually watched this show. So,
well, I have the lovely Lydia here, Ian, who's been to our events before, and she's got a few questions for you.
Oh, you're monopolising, Lydia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, hi. Lovely to see you all. I just wanted to know, why do you use different glassware for different cocktails, and how important is it to have the right glassware? Because I literally just have the same tumbler for everything.
Great question, great question. It's because some cocktails actually work, taste, and develop better in certain types of glassware. Yes, the actual liquid itself will taste regardless of what glassware you're going to actually drink. It's just that as the drink sits down inside the glass, gets colder or it gets warmer, it will develop in certain styles of glassware. So when you're drinking, for example, a cocktail like this, the Coca Colada, that will stay cold as long as the glass is cold. Now, if this was an insulated, thicker glass, it will stay cold a lot longer. That's why this drink should not be left as long as I'm leaving it now. It should be halfway gone.
Drink up here.
You want to drink these drinks. You want to drink these drinks while they're cold. That's how most of these drinks taste. Some drinks, like for example, boozy styles of drinks, you normally have it in a glass where you're going to really capture the aroma inside it. So it's normally rounded or smaller. So when you're having things like the whiskeys or the old fashions, they're normally in what we call rocks glasses or heavier glasses, as opposed to a tall, elegant glass. And then some other glasses are just for show, just decoration. The pina colada glass, the hurricane glass, that looks like a tulip. They look nice. They don't serve a function for the actual drink, but they look the part. And it looks tropical. And then if you work in a really nice bar, you can justify charging lots more money for the glass that you're serving or drinking.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. It's really interesting. Good to know. But I'm okay with my little tumbler because they never stick around long enough.
That's right. That's even better. As long as you're not doing shots.
No. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. Okay, so I've got Chrissy. Chrissy's got a question for you, Ian.
Okay, Chrissy. Hi, Chrissy, Mackenzie.
Chrissy, if you want to ask Ian your question about your tonic that you messaged.
Ooh.
Hello, Chrissy.
She's off mute.
Yeah. Maybe move on to the next question until she's back.
Okay, so we've got Bridget.
Bridget. Should have warned them before he's going to ask the questions and let them know beforehand, like type their names into the chat and say, you're coming up next. And they'll be prepared. I'll just continue drinking this while.
Hi, Linda. Linda, are you there?
Linda's on mute.
Everyone wants to talk to you, Ian.
Oh, they're scared. You're scaring them off.
They're all trying your cocktails. That's what it is.
Oh, Chrissy's saying she's not on mute on this end.
Oh. Should I ask Chrissy's question?
Maybe, yeah, that might be better, yeah, if you ask any question.
Chrissy, I'm going to ask your question on your behalf. You were asking about elderflower tonic, Ian.
Elderflower, I was asking about
elderflower tonic.
Elderflower tonic, what to have it with?
I presume so, yeah.
Okay, I mean, elderflower tonic goes naturally with various different types of gins in a nice tall drink. Some people might have it with vodka, only because they just like the taste of the elderflower and they don't need a spirit to actually change the flavor of the actual drink. But the elderflower is becoming quite popular. There's a few elderflower liqueurs as well that you might want to do, but that might be with an overkill, elderflower liqueur and elderflower tonic. But I do like to use elderflower tonic when I'm doing rum with a nice light rum. And again, in a nice tall glass with different citrus peels inside there, just to complement the elderflower and the light rum. So, and normally like tall drinks, highballs is what we call them, on days like this. That's when elderflower tonic works for me.
Brilliant.
You might as well keep carrying on then, Georgie.
Yes.
Perfect. If anybody else has got any more questions for Ian, if you want to just send it through to the chat. If not, Ian, I've got a couple of questions for you.
Yeah, go for it.
I've saved it to the last one ever. So,
last one ever? Oh, no!
For this year. So my question to you is, I've got a couple. So firstly, you make all these lovely cocktails for everybody. What's your favourite cocktail, Ian?
Oh, normally the one in my glass. But I am partial to daiquiris. I do like a really nice, crisp, tasty daiquiri. Yeah. I think when it's made well, you can drink 3 or 4 of them and still feel nice. If I'm looking for something boozy, then it's things like an old-fashioned, a rum old-fashioned, or a rum Manhattan.
Yeah.
Are nice ways of drinking rums because you're only slightly tweaking the base of a really good rum. I think a daiquiri is probably the number one go-to. I'll always have one of those. I want to give it or twist some daiquiris because sometimes I might add some bitters. I've got the Burrell daiquiri, which has got a couple dashes of orange bitters and a twist of orange inside there. So yeah, daiquiri. Definitely.
Perfect. I've got a question from Kate now. Kate, is Kate there? Kate.
Hello, hi, I'm here.
Hey, Kate.
Do you want to ask
hi, how are you? Hi. My question is, I've just purchased a raspberry flavoured rum. What would you recommend making with that?
Oh, a raspberry rum. Again, because it's got the raspberry and raspberries I really liked. So something quite long. There are some really nice premium tonics at the moment that use raspberry. There's one that has raspberry and thyme. I think it might be London Essence. I have to find out what it is, but it's raspberry and thyme tonic. And again, it's almost like you're replacing the gin for a gin and tonic. You're using really flavoursome rums. So you're having a really nice, tall, long drink. So I would definitely try one of those premium tonics or premium sodas to go with that raspberry gin. And if you want something creamy, then you might want to go really elaborate. You might want to do something off the top of my head. You might want to put a bit of cream inside there, put a bit of mango, a bit of mango puree, the raspberry rum. Give it a good shake and serve it in a martini glass, and then that flavor profile is based on like not mango, peach and raspberry, peach, raspberry and rum, and based on a peach melba flavor, the classic dessert. So yeah, something fruity and creamy, or something long with a little bit of spice that complements the raspberry notes.
Sounds amazing. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome.
Okay, Ian, I think Chrissy has another question for you. Chrissy?
Oh, you're back again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I like coffee drinks. Can you tell me what I can put in a coffee rum, or make something so it tastes a bit like coffee?
Yeah. Oh, right. We did one. I think it was the first week we did. Yeah. So a lot of people, I think one of the drinks that really pushed the coffee cocktail into the stratosphere is the espresso martini. So I like doing espresso rum-tini. So we have one called I think it's called the Sikits Espresso, where we use the coffee rum from Brinley Shipw, your coffee rum. So we use that instead of a coffee liqueur. We add in a little bit of CSR instead of vodka. We add a shot of espresso coffee into that, 1 spoon of brown sugar. Give it a good, really, really hard shake, and then the coffee mixes with the Brinley coffee liqueur and the CSR, and it froths and forms those 2 layers like a really creamy espresso, and then 3 coffee beans on top of that, and you have an amazing tasting coffee drink.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah, is that cool?
I think that's it for now, Lisa.
Right, Chrissy, is that cool?
Yeah.
Oh, make it.
My mouth water, thank you.
Oh, right, brilliant.
I think she's going to make it already.
You can actually, I think you can see a version of that on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a version of me making that drink, because it is a popular drink.
It's in one of the recipe cards in one of the early
right, it is. Yes,
happy hours. So I will send that out in the follow-up. So if you don't have it, I'll send it out in the follow-up.
I'll look that up.
Yeah.
So I'll look that up. Thank you.
Yeah, very easy to make.
Anything you make, send us some photos. Pamela mentioned unmuting, so I'm not sure if she had a question. Pamela? She mentioned in the chat unmuting, so I'm just going to put it on the spot. Sorry. Hi, Pamela. Okay, maybe she's not there. All right. Okay, so that's the end of the questions. We're still here for a few minutes, but I'm just going to go back to the slides.
Yes.
Yep. And then Ian, maybe you could just, run through again, just for everybody's reminder, the different drinks that you've done.
Yeah, that was the Palmetto Point, based on the Palmetto cocktail. Next drink that we did. Next drink we did was a Banana Bay with vanilla rum, the coconut cream, half a banana, and then cream double or single blended up, served in a nice glass. Slice of banana on a garnish if you want to do that. But I prefer chocolate.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
the last one was the Sikits Dry Martini. So a little twist on the normal martini. Instead of a whole big whack of gin, we pull the gin back a little bit, put in the cane spirit Richmond, dry vermouth, and I gave it a twist today. So instead of using the regular gin, I thought we'd go with something a bit more British. So raspberry and rhubarb gin to go with that particular drink. Give that a good stir. Serve with a garnish of olives or a twist of lemon would be nice.
Great. And of course, then we have the Coco Colada.
Yes, the Coco Colada, which is gone. Yeah, which is just it's the coconut rum from Belmont Estate. Double measure of pineapple juice, double the amount of rum to the pineapple juice. Pineapple to the rum. Give that a good hard shake and serve that inside a cocktail glass with a sprinkle of just a dusting of nutmeg on top.
And nice. all of these, as I mentioned, will be in the recipe card that we send. And the follow-up to this, so you'll have it. The UK agents, you have a bit of rum as well. So please try everything. Look at the recipes, see which ones you want to experiment with. Even add your own twist. Maybe you could be teaching Ian something. Who knows? And send us photos. We'd be glad to see all of that. So we're actually about to launch a series of cocktail making tutorial videos, because we've gotten emails after saying, oh, how do you make this? How do you make that? And sometimes it's easier if you're seeing somebody make it, like this session, and you make it yourself. So the first one, we're going to show you the first video in the series, and just look out for the others when they come along. They'll be on social, and we'll definitely keep you posted on when they're launched. So this is the first video, making one of the drinks that Ian created for the Happy Hour series this summer.
So this is a tasty cocktail called the Golden Sand, another beautiful tropical drink all the way from the island of St. Kitts. So we're going to start off by using some lime juice, just squeeze some lime juice here. I'm just actually going to use half a part of lime juice, and then I'm going to do half a part of what we call lychee puree. Now, if you don't have any lychee puree, then you just get some lychee juice, add some sugar and water, boil it up and make your own syrup or puree. I always like to use the real lychee juice. And then, of course, you're going to use the Belmont Estate rum. Again, another one of the St. Kitts masterpiece in the rum world. We're going to actually use 2 parts of the Belmont Estate rum. If you are, you're actually measuring it out, 2 ounces, 50 mils, depends on where you are inside the world, but 2 parts rum, 1 part, let's go fresh lime juice, and then half a part of the lychee syrup. And just to give it a little bit of length, we're going to add some lychee juice. And again, if you can't get any lychee juice, I always like to use just the juice of the lychees, you know, the ones you get inside the tin. Just use the juice from there, and it's great just to lengthen out a particular cocktail like this. Add some ice to that. Add a bit of ice to our shaker. Make sure it's nice and cold. A good shake. Top up the glass, and there you see it. It looks just like the sands of the beach when you're inside St. Kitts. That's why we call it Golden Sands. Perfect. And just a twist of lime peel, just as the garnish. And there we have it, the Golden Sand using Belmont Estate rum. That's good. It's not bad, that dude.
Yeah, it's amazing what we can do in lockdown, isn't it? So yeah, so that series will be launched shortly, but you've gotten a sneak preview of what's to come, and hopefully it will help everybody just be able to make the drink step by step. It's easier than you just reading the recipe and learning how to do it. Let me. Okay, I'm trying to go back to. All right.
No.
Not meaning to do that, meaning to move on. So just a little bit, just as we wrap up, obviously we have to mention how to get to St. Kitts as destinations around the world are opening. St. Kitts is also preparing to open. We're not quite there as yet, but we're preparing. Denise, my colleague in East Coast, US, will be able to tell you about getting there from North America. And then I'll mention a bit about getting there with British Airways from the UK. Denise?
Hi, and first of all, thank you all the U.S. people. I am the Trade Relations Specialist for the St. Kitts Tourism Authority here in the U.S. I know we had some people here on the Northeast. My next door neighbors over there in Massachusetts. I've been based in New Hampshire, and you can imagine with the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, I'm reaching 2 decades with them. So that's my love for my destination. So when all the protocols have been in place and everything is back up, we anticipate to have our flights leaving from Miami on American Airlines. With our flights from Atlanta and Newark, we anticipate the latter part of fall, beginning of the Christmas season. With Air Canada, we do have, that will be a weekly schedule out of Toronto. So we're really gearing up for some, nominal flights with easy connections from around the United States. But if there's any questions, you can let me know. Very quickly, I hope you enjoyed this video as far as, you know, the cocktails. I think it's amazing. I learned a lot. I also know a little fact about, you know, the Caribbean wine. They call it a darker rum. Not necessarily that it is a darker, but it's well bodied. Actually, Caribbean, or what we call the English rum, is fermented for a longer time than the Spanish rum or the French rum. So these are little things I learned on some of my tours there. Quickly, we will be doing a romance webinar in conjunction with Dreamy Weddings on August 12th at 1 o'clock. For those agents who have never heard of the Destination Wedding Honeymoon Specialists Association, it is a great organization. Normally, there's a charge. You have to become a member to even, you know, participate in any of their webinars. What they have done is they granted St. Kitts information that we will open it up to everybody. So we send an email out. Again, that will be all about St. Kitts, a lot of good tidbits there about the romance and what you can do with the weddings, romance, you know, etc. We are also doing a webinar, what we call more a leisure webinar, and that is scheduled at 1 o'clock on August the 19th. So Wednesday the 12th, Wednesday the 19th, and that I get into a little more detail about the destination and all there is to know, you know, starting with what about the history, where do we go, information on our properties, information on anything and everything to do. So I hope that you'll join us on those two webinars. I'm going to give my phone number out in case anybody has any questions. You can email me, denise.zimber@stkitstourism.kn, or my number here is area code 603-674-3295. So if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. Thank you so much, Lisa, for letting me join in with this group. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime, anytime. And just to talk from a UK point of view, so British Airways is our airline partner in the UK. We are expecting service to begin in Q4. As details are rolled out, then we will obviously roll it out to you as well. But yeah, just keep in touch, and we'll definitely keep you posted on the developments there. But BA is still our partner, and we'll be flying to St. Kitts, tagged with another island. In terms of the UK, myself and Georgina, you've heard her. I'm not sure if you've seen her, Georgina. Let me see if I can show her to you. Yay, Georgina. So myself and Georgina are here to help you with anything that you need. Any questions, you can email us both on uk@stkitstourism.kn or individually on the emails there. So anything at all you need, we're here to help you. And of course, we will be rolling out all the information about the protocols in St. Kitts and all the things that we need to know, whether we want to know or not, we need to know, just to keep our clients, give our clients the comfort and the confidence to be flying off to the Caribbean once again. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm not sure if anybody wanted to be on camera.